First off, big thanks to Jake and the crew at Trifecta. This thing's going to squeak. It's going to drive me nuts. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much, but I assure you, when you buy a watch and it squeaks a little bit, it'll break in. It'll go away, but if not, there's a couple little tricks you can do to kind of mitigate that. One, you can just change the strap. Two, you can put some anti-squeak juice on there. But let's get back to the watch. Big thanks to Jake and the crew at Trifecta Watches, Lafayette, Indiana, for the continued support of the channel and sending in cool watches like this one and many more that they're authorized dealer for, so I can check them out and you get a look at them too. Now this one here is a Hamilton, and honestly when you look at it, you don't think Hamilton. Like maybe your eyes are better than mine. It clearly says Hamilton on the dial, but it's not like bold in your face Hamilton screaming in any way, shape, or form. Honestly, it has like some pretty cool design cues on it that you don't often see on Hamilton. And one really is even that sub dial right down here, that blue colorway kind of, hints a little bit at like El Primero type look to it. And I dig it. I absolutely dig it. As well as I was a little reserved at first about the open kind of dial portion to display the date ring. I was like, well, where do I look for the date? But when you really start to look at it, there's only one spot where it's very clear to capture the date, and that's where the 1 is. So all the rest of it seems awkward. So yeah, it's interesting, but when you go to look at the date, it'll become obvious. So let's get into the size. They're calling it a 42 millimeter. I measure it like 42 and a half, so whatever, 42, if that's what you say it is. 50 millimeter lug to lug. The thickness, 15.7. And I gotta say, that's not bad for an automatic. That's right, this is an automatic chronograph, which we should probably get that started too. Snap, there we go. So we got that guy going. You can see the chronograph hand going. So 15.7 millimeter thick. It has a double dome sapphire crystal with AR coating. Automatic with date. So yeah, it's going to be on the thicker side. No big deal. 22 millimeter lug opening. The strap does taper down a little bit. I didn't measure that because usually I only measure bracelets like that, but you guys want it, I'll give it to you. Here we go. So it comes down to like 19 and a half, almost 19.6. And then you have a nice fold over deployant clasp. Very easy to size up. These are very comfortable. Heck, I'm kind of wearing one now on my Ferrer. These clasps are great. If you have not tried them, definitely do it. You can add it to a lot of different straps, but it works better if the strap is kind of designed for it. So you'll see. But I mean, you could, yeah, whatever. They're designed for it. So, but quick and easy to adjust the size. No big deal there. Display case back showing off the H31 movement, which is basically an ETA 7753 or Valjoux 7750 variant. 27 joules, 60-hour power reserve, beats at 4 hertz. It has some upgrades to it, to the springs and doodads and everything like that. Kind of adds accuracy and anti-magnetic properties. If you're interested in finding those details, what you want to do is go over to Google and search Hamilton H31 movement, and you will find all of the information that I'm not giving you is there. So I don't always give every little single thing. You got to do a little bit of work yourself. If it's an area that you want to explore more, I encourage you to go do that. I'm just kind of showing you the watch. 7.5 millimeter screw down crown, actually, signed. So it does screw down, has 100 meter water resist. So you unscrew the crown, nice smooth action to that. And then when you get it out far enough, you can then wind the movement if you would like to. You can pull it out, hack the movement, stop the movement, and go ahead and set the time. All of that is done with the crown. The other 2 buttons are reserved for timing things. And timing things it does because it is a chronograph. So it's doing a minute counter, the chronograph hand's counting the seconds, and then of course it'll count higher intervals. If we stop that and reset it, it snaps back, resetting those, but it keeps the running seconds at the 9 o'clock position. So very clean, well done. And then you have a tachometer scale on the fixed outer bezel. The lume on this is actually X1 lume, so it should be pretty good. We're not necessarily used to very good lume with Hamilton traditionally, but it seems like on these newer models, they are ramping it up. It also comes with, because of this movement, maybe you don't know, it comes with this little tool here. Are you going to lose it? Yeah, probably you're going to lose it. Not a big deal. You can use a toothpick or something else that's not sharp metal to scratch the coating on the watch. It is a PVD coating, but over here on the left-hand side of the case, you'll see a little button there. That's where you put this guy here, and you go ahead and push that in, and that's how you change the date. So maybe, I mean, it gives you a little pouch that you can put it in and then lose the pouch and the tool. So that's convenient. Like I said, price point, $22.95. Get a hold of Jake. Tell him I sent you. You're not going to pay $22.95. Maybe you'll pay more. No, I don't think he does that. I think he goes the other way. So let me put it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. I did not size it, but you can see how much extra room there is. So if you have like an 8-inch wrist or more, probably still going to work for you. There it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Inevitably, people are going to ask down in the comments, what size is your wrist? How much does the watch cost? That watch is too big, or that watch is too small. That watch is too black. That watch has too blue of a subdial. Oh man, we are a finicky bunch, are we not? Us watch enthusiasts. Maybe we should just try to enjoy the watch. Let's give it a quick blast with the UV light. Turn off the studio lights. Check out this X1 Lume. And again, big thanks to Trifecta. Sorry for the squeakiness. Comes with this watch at no additional charge. Maybe you like it. Maybe you can use it to annoy your coworkers or something, or your spouse. Just, you know, add a little bonus. I'll see you guys on the next vid.